Hi everyone, welcome to the Mathemagic channel. Today we're going to focus on the order of operations, also known as BEDMAS. As you see on the right hand side, they're written out for you: brackets, exponents, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. This means that you need to do division before you do addition, for example, or brackets before you do division, for example. So we have a worksheet today which we can do together, and let's jump right in. So, dear students, thank you so much for doing these questions with me. We're going to start with the first question on the left and work our way down. So the first question says 5 plus 6 minus 6. I'll always leave you 3 to 4 seconds to do each question, but for the first one we'll just do it together. You can say 5 plus 6 is 11, 11 minus 6 is 5, or you could just do 6 minus 6 is 0. The order of operations doesn't really matter here, it's just 5. Question 2, 9 divided by 3 plus 4. It's your turn. And if you realized here that you needed to do 9 divided by 3 first, you're absolutely right. So 9 divided by 3 is 3, and then 3 plus 4 is going to give you 7. On to question 3. And I guess here this doesn't really matter whether you do 30 divided by 3 first or 3 divided by 5 first. But for the sake of the question, 30 divided by 3 is actually 10, so that's nice and easy. So you could say this is 10 divided by 5, and 10 divided by 5 is just going to be 2. On to question 4. So if you notice here that you have 7 times 4 and then minus 3 times 5, the times need to happen first. So it's important here that you would do 7 times 4, which is 28, independently from 3 times 5, which is 15. And so then you'll have 28 minus 15, which is 13. Well done if you managed to do those multiplications before the subtraction. Let's move on to the second worksheet. Starting with 7 plus 8 divided by 2. And yes, 8 divided by 2 will go first, and that'll give you a 4. And then 7 plus 4 will be 11. On to the second question. So here you could just do 6 minus 7 is negative 1. 100 minus 1 is 99. On to question 3. So imagining that we have separate brackets here to say that we do 18 divided by 3, which is 6, independently from 11 times 2, which is 22, we end up with 28. And on to question 4 here. So for question 4, a little bit tricky, but you can do the division before the multiplication, so that 6 divided by 3 is going to give you 2. So I'll just write the 8 first. 8 plus, and 2 times 4 is going to give you 8. And then 8 plus 8 is 16. So very good. Well done for doing the second worksheet, and let's move on to the next one. Okay, so for this series of questions, we start with 8 divided by 2 plus 7. And 8 divided by 2 is going to be 4. 4 plus 7 is going to be 11. And on to the second question. So respecting the order of operations, we can do the division first, which is 3. And 7 times 3 is 21. On to question 3. And this whole block here needs to happen together. So we'll do perhaps 5 times 2, which is 10. 10 times 3 is 30. So we end up with 6 plus 30. And 6 plus 30 is just going to be 36. And on to question 4. So for question 4, it's really important to do 3 times 2, which is 6 here. Actually, this will give you -6. So why not do 4 plus 5 independently and say that that's a 9, and then 9 minus 6, and that should give you a 3. Good job doing this worksheet. Let's move on to the last one. So still following the same technique and the order of operations, we can start with the first question, 12 plus 3. Now notice that there's a bracket here, so this definitely goes first. And so 12 plus 3 is 15, and we end up with 15 times 2, and 15 times 2 is 30. On to question 2. Again, here the bracket goes first, which is a 10, so 5 times 10 is equal to 50. Ooh, this one looks a little bit spicy. Try it out. We need to clarify that we have to do 4 times 7 first and 27 divided by 9 first. So let's just leave the 5 where it is here. So 5 stays outside. 4 times 7 is going to be 28. So that's a nice operation to do. And then 27 divided by 9 is going to be 3 here. So I can say it's 5 plus 28 plus 3. And if I add those 3 numbers up, I get 33 plus 3, which is 36. Okay, let's move on to question 4. Last 2 questions. So it's important to do the bracket first here, which is going to give you 8. So we can say it's 17 minus 8 divided by 8. And 8 divided by 8 is going to go first here, which is going to give you a 1. So you end up with 17 minus 1, which is 16. Very good if you manage to do that one. And for our very last question on this order of operations worksheet, 36 minus 12 minus 4. Now 12 minus 4 should go first here, so we could say this is 36 minus 8, and 36 minus 8, that's going to give you 28. And with that, we are done for today. So well done, everybody. So this was BEDMAS level 1. We will include more follow along worksheets for you to practice on the Mathemagic channel. Remember to like, follow us and subscribe so you can see all the updates and future videos, and we shall see you on the next one.